Welcome everyone, welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon and we'll be checking out Battletech. Yes, I already did a preview of Battletech a while ago, but this is actually the release version. And it'll sort of be a mix between a preview and a review. I usually don't really do full-on reviews on my channel, but anyway, here it is. Sort of a mix, because I've played a bit of the game already. And I would like to give you my thoughts. So Battletech, a sort of a revival of the tabletop game to PC, and it's pretty cool. Let's actually continue with the campaign here. Now, the whole idea of the Harebrained Schemes Battletech game is that you're a mercenary, which is quite a big part of the Battletech universe. Mercenary mech warriors. And in this case, you're a mercenary trying to eke out your living by, of course, well, having your battle mechs go to various parts of the universe and working for people that pay you well. As you can see here, my mission here is to take control of the Directorate's turrets, don't allow any Directorate reinforcements to land, and destroy the Spaceport Dropship Control Center. And this is a priority mission, which means it's a story mission. Now, these will pop up every now and then, and will give you a bigger share of your payout and advance the story and so on and so forth. So, as you can see, you get a little bit of a objective description, a little bit about what Darius thinks about it, which is one of your crew members. This is your dropship, by the way. And I will show you how you select your mechs and outfit them and everything after this mission. It's pretty interesting. But here we have the difficulty rating, which is just 2 out of 5, so that's not too bad. And of course, you know, how much we're getting paid and how much salvage we're getting. We'll get into more of that later as well. Let's begin the mission.
Command interface
so,
initiated.
You have to remember that this is actually a save game, so I've already started this mission and played it a little bit. I've started over here. Now, in every mission, you control up to 4 mechs. That's up to you. You can control just 1 mech on a mission if you feel like dying, but otherwise it's up to 4 mechs. And first of all, the graphics are quite nice, I would say. They're not amazingly beautiful, but you know, they do the job. A lot of people I've been seeing in the comments, in the Steam comments, have been, you know, saying that, oh my god, the graphics suck, blah blah blah, but I don't really see that problem. Occasionally the game can be actually quite beautiful, especially when the sun hits, you know, the landscape at the right angle, or maybe there's a sunset or a sunrise. I also very much like the fact that Harebrained Schemes have, instead of making their own mech models, they went for licensing Piranha Games models, or Piranha Games Incorporated. I'm not sure which one it is. And I have to say, you know, I absolutely love their mech models. I think they're beautiful and awesome looking, and well, it's just a good thing that they did that. So, if you've been playing MechWarrior Online, all of these will feel just like at home. Now, the additional cool thing is that depending on how you equip your mechs, they will also reflect that on the, well, the actual mech. So, as you can see, my mech over here, which I'm piloting, MetalCanyon, yes, there I am, has 2 AC-5s and a medium laser. It's a little bit underpowered, but it's a nice long-range, you know, mech that I can rely on, and my character is very experienced, so he's very accurate as well. There's also skills that you can train and such with XP. I will show you more of that later, and I never realized just how slow it is to rotate the camera. So anyway, combat is turn-based, of course, like it was in tabletop. Now, this game does not adhere to the tabletop rules fully, but it does sort of mimic them. They did a lot of their own numbering and balancing. So, for example, the AC-5s don't do 5 damage. I believe that in tabletop they did 5 damage. Here they do 45. But of course, you know, armor is also a lot higher, because this is a PC game, so you can have as many calculations as you want. On a tabletop, you know, working with huge numbers, usually not that great of an idea. Anyway, right now I'm on my actually first timed mission. I have rounds remaining, and I'm assuming it wouldn't be very good if I fail. So I've already used these 2 mechs. My dragon over here, which is quite fast. It's actually one of my first heavy mechs I've gotten. And my Centurion here, which is just an incredible brawler. I love the Centurion in MechWarrior Online. It was just an amazing death machine, and here it is no different, I found, because I can put 6 SRM-6s, 2 medium laser and a small laser, and this thing is just, it will not die, and it just dishes out so much damage. It is ridiculous. Anyway, if you haven't played MechWarrior Online or any of the other MechWarrior games, you might be a bit confused about all the SRMs, M laser, S laser, and all that, but, you know, you can get used to it quite easily. Anyway, so right now, I am... things work on initiative, so you've got 5 phases, and these only... You know, this is 1 turn, but in 5 phases, and it depends on what your pilot's initiatives are. So as you can see, I have 2 more mech warriors that will be going here. And then another one there. That's a bit odd. And then the 2 enemies. Now these are just vehicles. If I right click on them, for example, this is a striker. Some kind of a sort of APC/rocket launcher thingy. It's got an SRM-6 and long-range missiles 10, so it's not a huge deal dangerous, but, you know, I have more of a mission to think about, so I will move my mech. It's not necessary because I've got AC-5s and I would be fairly accurate, as you can see, 95, that's pretty insane, but I will move it closer because we will have to proceed that way afterwards as well, so I want to move. So as you can see, moving works fairly easily. You've got a movement range. As you can see, all these dots is where you can move. And then when you click where you want to move, you can also decide which way your mech will be facing. Now, this is something very important in the Battletech universe, because mechs have left, right, front, and back armor, which you can see here. So, you know, depending on which side the enemy will be attacking you from, you really kind of want to have some armor there. On the right, you've got armor. On the left, you've got internals. And this mech is just, well, it hasn't been, you know, scratched at all. So, let's move my mech over here. Right now I'm moving, which will allow me to also attack. If I were to sprint, I would be allowed to move much further, but I would not be allowed to attack. Now, I will be going for that guy over there. I don't think... Oh, 390... I don't think I'll be able to destroy it in one shot. Yeah, these guys have far too much armor, despite the fact that they're just medium vehicles, but my 2 AC-2s will not be able to actually destroy them. And I am out of range for my medium laser, unfortunately. And just like in MechWarrior Online and other MechWarrior games and Battletech, you are, of course, able to disable your weapons and only attack with a few of them. Now, because this is a cold environment and this mech runs very cool anyway, this is my heat level over here. This means that most of the time I can just alpha strike, you know, all I like, even though technically it's not really an alpha strike because my medium laser is out of range. So let's fire over here. Yeah, actually hit with both, I believe. Oh, that is a bulldog. Yeah, those are really heavily armored. Oh, what's going on over there? I was not expecting attacks from that way. Bloody hell, that was an LRM-20, I think. At least. Alright, so my Satyr over here has LRM-20 and 10 and a medium laser. As you can see, I've got pluses over here on these, which means that these are rarer weapons. This one is actually... I'm not sure if 3 pluses is the highest amount of rarity you can have, but this is a very good weapon because you can see instead of just a normal LRM-20, it actually has an additional 50% crit chance, which is quite amazing. And this LRM has, I believe, some extra stability damage, because every time you hit something, you know, with a weapon, excluding laser weapons, or, you know, machine guns, you incur some stability damage, which is down here. If I look at my Centurion, you can see 3 yellow blocks. And when that reaches full, the mech will topple. And that's not really a good idea because, well, you can get in quite a lot of trouble because enemies are allowed to cause, to do called shots, which is basically an aimed shot at whichever part of the mech they desire. Of course, you know, there's a very small chance if you're going for the headshot. It's like 2% chance to actually hit it, but, you know, that's what it is. So right now, I'm in range of both of these, but I would like to attack this one. However, my medium laser can only attack this one, which is why I will use Satyr's special ability multi-target. Go for this one and go for this one. Now, medium laser will go for this striker over here.
On it.
And because I'm attacking his side, he doesn't have, you know, as much armor over here, and it actually destroys it. Excellent. Now remember, the armor and the internals don't have to go down to 0. That would be completely destroying an enemy vehicle or mech on all sides. Remember that you're attacking one side of a mech or vehicle at any one time, so you only need to go for that side. So for example here, wow, this guy has 3 internal? 3 structures. So as you can see, I only need to do 93 damage if I were able to hit only the front part. Of course, some of it will spill off to the sides or the top. And because this is a dragon, I would like to do a melee attack on this, especially because melee attacks cause more to vehicles. But never mind, I'll just go right up to him. Because SRM-6s are going to hit me anyway, but LRM-10s are very bad at this close range. They have a minimum range, and that's just not going to work. So let's do an alpha strike, 2 SRM-6s and medium lasers. That's so cool. Nicely done, Commander. Lieutenant Andres, you approach the security. HQ is clear. Oh, you approach. Roger that. Later, Arana will have their turrets under friendly control in just a moment. Engage the forces guarding that control center, MetalCanyon. Let's make those turrets count. So, what I've done here... Okay. Ignore the turrets and concentrate your fire on those battle mechs. We must protect the control center. If our reinforcements can't land, we're all dead. Now fight for the Directorate! Now, what we did here was the first part of this... ooh, enemy mech. This is a light mech, I believe, 35 tons. Oh wow, there's quite a few of them, and now we can see them all because our turrets, I mean, the turrets are under our control now. And fortunately, they will not be attacking the turrets, it seems. So anyway, this was the first part of the mission, of the story mission. Now, you have to remember that story missions are much more elaborate than your usual contracts that you will be taking. Usual contracts will just be, you know, destroy or defend or assassinate or whatever. But these story missions are a little bit more different and a little bit more interesting, which is quite nice. And in this case, I had to take this area so we could bring in engineers to take control of the turret controls, which, well, they'll be helping us now. And of course, all of these turrets also are armed with various weapons. This one has 4 AC2s. This one as well. This one has... 2 PPCs, quite dangerous, but you have to remember that they're also not that accurate. Now, because these guys will be ignoring me, I mean, they'll be ignoring the turrets, I could just wade in there to keep them within turrets range, which is probably what I'll be doing. Now, every time a mech moves, they accrue, well, they gain evasion. As you can see, these 2 little arrows here. Now, because I didn't move much, I only got 2 arrows, but this means that the mechs are more difficult to hit. For example, this Jenner that was running here, I can only do 40% on this one to hit, and 40% on the Panther. If you want to attack someone, you can just hover over things and it'll tell you exactly what your percentages are. Height difference -1, so that's good. My Satyr pilot is also inspired, good. Long range, not good, +4. Obstructed, +2. Target move, +6. And target size, because it's a small mech, +2. So it's not very good. Not very good at all. And this one, well, sort of same. But I can also do indirect fire to some of these guys. Let's do this Centurion, even though it's gonna go through here, but
Target confirmed.
It's not really a huge deal. There we go. Some of the times, you know, it might seem like you will not be in range to hit the enemy. There might be some features, some landscape features in between you and them, but that's not always the case. Just like in the XCOM games, a lot of the times, well, sometimes, you know, you will be shooting through obstacles and not actually destroying them. So it's, you know, that's not a huge deal. What you have to remember is that you should always check the red line. So for example, like this. This means that if I sprint over there, so if I just move, I will be in, well, I won't be in range of any of the enemy mechs with any of my weapons, because my Centurion is built for pretty much close quarters combat. But if I were to sprint over there, that means that that Jenner, with his SRM-4 and medium lasers, will be able to hit me, and he will also see me which is that blinking red eye thingy. But I won't be able to shoot him from here, of course, because I'm sprinting. However, I will be in range as well. But I don't want to do that. Let me see if MetalCanyon could do something more interesting here. Not really. So I will be sprinting into the forest here, which will give me cover. 25% damage reduction against ranged attacks to the front and side, which is quite nice. So, turn-based combat. If you like turn-based combat, you're going to quite enjoy this. Now, there were quite a few complaints about the fact that it takes so long to do anything in the game. And I will say that's true and not true at the same time. It is true that the game likes to take its time sometimes. In the options, you can actually disable the action cameras, which work a bit like in XCOM. So, for example, when something cool is happening, you know, the camera will actually go from this overhead view to a close-up view and follow them, and it will take some time for that thing to resolve. You have to wait for the enemy mechs to move, you have to wait for them to fire, and you have to wait for the, you know, damage to be displayed and any components to be destroyed. So, it does take some time. You know, it's not a fast thing. However, at the same time, it is a turn-based game. And I'm doing something quite ridiculous here. I'm wading right into the enemy. But I'm going to brace here instead of attacking, which I can't anyway. And the brace will mean that I get 50% damage reduction against ranged attacks to the front and side. And entrench, which means less stability damage, I believe. So there's a sensor blip here. We don't know what it is. Yes, we know it's a 50-ton medium mech, but we don't know what kind. Now, when they're even further away, it'll just give us a question mark.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Now, my dragon will actually maybe run over here
Moving fast.
and try to hit this guy. We'll see how that happens. And you know, combat is quite brutal. When you have, especially when you have bigger mechs, they're just slugging it out and they're destroying each other components. It's pretty cool to see, you know, heavy mechs running around with no arms, maybe one crippled leg, things on fire, and so on and so forth. So these turrets are now firing. That one actually hit with one PPC, which is not too bad. That one is firing with large lasers and medium lasers. And, you know, this is not bad because they are doing some damage. And in fact, that one actually got through the structure. I mean, through the armor and into the structure. It actually critted its laser and it hit the pilot. That one has MGs, which is not going to do much against armor. So yeah, not bad. You know, I can always use those turrets. But as you can see, especially in larger battles, it does take quite a while. But I don't really mind it that much. It was only a couple of times when I thought, oh, come on, you know, get a move on. But if you like turn-based games, chances are you have a little bit more patience in games anyway.
Major armor loss.
Major armor loss? What are you talking about? That wasn't really that bad. Well, it was okay. Right, so what I want to do is get close to this Jenner and give it the boot. Unfortunately, it moved quite a lot, so it's going to be very difficult to hit. But as you can see, if I press attack and look at him, it's 40% and 35%. Very bad. However, the nice thing is, if I were to move, like, for example, here, and then hover over him, it will tell me what kind of percentages I will get from there. It's very useful. And if I get closer, it doesn't really matter, but I am gonna get closer, because this Centurion is it's a ridiculous death-dealing machine. I do have to be careful about my, well, I don't have anything on my left arm, which is about to get probably blown off, but that's alright. Most of my weapons are on the left torso. Yep, there's all the SRMs, and the center torso, which has the medium lasers. So let's try an alpha strike on this thing. Alright, we've destroyed its right arm, which blew off, as you can see. It's no longer there. The music is also quite appropriate. It's also, it's quite epic at times.
Got a lock on me.
I like it. Oh, we've been sensor locked, which is not good, because now they'll probably be firing with,
How's it going?
with various LRMs and such. So let's see, 50%. It's not very good. 90% on that one. Wait, 90% on who? What? Oh, on the dropship. I don't really want to do that. I'm assuming we'll have to do that later or something. All right, let's move closer. Now this is an LRM boat, which, you know, shouldn't really be bringing it that close, but I want that medium laser firing as well. 70% for the Panther. It's not too bad. Yeah, I'll go for the Panther for now. Actually, I'll do a multi-shot. There. Let's do B. Alright, so medium laser. Come on. Nah, I missed. Alright, let's go for the Panther then. It is entrenched though, so we'll only be doing half the damage we could, unfortunately. Man, that's so cool. Enemy turn. So as far as the gameplay goes, there's this part, the combat part, and then the management part. And both, I would say, are a lot of fun. If you like MechWarrior, if you've played any of the MechWarrior games before, if you've played tabletop battle mech, I keep saying battle mech. Ooh, nice 80%. Ah, and I missed. That was bad. Yeah, you're going to quite enjoy this game, I would say. Models are great. Graphics are pretty okay, I would say. You know, the graphics really aren't the first priority on this anyway. And let's run up here. Yeah, that's pretty good. That dragon is going to try to take this Jenner out this turn. Because that Jenner only has 2 medium lasers and an SRM-4 remaining because we blew off its right side anyway. So let's do this. Alpha strike, please! Ooh. Nice, left leg destroyed, right torso destroyed, and we also knocked it down. And the pilot was actually incapacitated, so we don't have to destroy this mech. Now that happened because each pilot can take a certain number of wounds before they are actually incapacitated. Now being knocked down, being hit in the head, that all affects them getting, you know, hit, wounded. We've got 10 rounds remaining. Ah, the turrets are about to fire again, and there's a lot of them. PPCs, 1 hit, not too bad. PPCs are extremely hot weapons. Large laser, medium laser, machine guns. Yeah, there we go, structure exposed. Large laser, medium, nice. Those machine guns could actually tear these guys apart. Those are 4 AC2s. Yeah, PPC's trying to fire below minimum range there. Not really gonna work. Panther. He's got PPCs. Ouch. Okay, that was probably on the arm.
They've blown past my armor.
Or maybe the leg. No, I think it was the arm. Let's see. Yeah, it was the arm. But, like I said, I don't have anything here. I only have a small laser, which in most cases I cannot use anyway. So, let's be even bolder and let's get closer. Ooh, that's a hunchback here with an AC-20. That could hurt a lot. That's the biggest ballistic thing you can get, apart from perhaps those big Gauss rifles, but I don't exactly know the timeline of this place. So anyway, as you can see, my heat goes up here, and if I deselect weapons, it actually goes down. And because this Centurion is fairly well balanced heat-wise, even though, you know, it can run hot, I will only increase my heat a little bit, because I'm also dispersing it, of course, every turn, and this is a cold planet, which increases a unit's heat sinking ability by 20%. So let's go for a full alpha strike here, and hopefully take this thing out. Probably not, though. Yeah, there we go. It is a light mech, but it can take a bit of a beating. This Centurion has, what does it have? Quite a few lasers, I believe. Where is it? Medium, large laser, small laser, 2 medium lasers, and LRM-10, so
Yes.
a fairly standard loadout. Alright, 90% here, that's pretty good. So, my Satyr here has the Bulwark ability as well, so if he doesn't move, he will get guarded, which is a 50% damage reduction against ranged attacks to the fronts and sides. So that's pretty good, let's go for this. This should do quite a bit of damage right now, because that guy is not guarded. Oh, heatsink destroyed, left arm destroyed. There's the left arm, and it's knocked down as well. So as you can see, this is what people mean that, you know, it takes a long time Because you need to fire, you need to get the, you know, the damage, and then what has been destroyed, and then if it's knocked down, and then wait for the knockdown animation. I suppose they could give you an option to speed things up, like in XCOM perhaps. So now that this guy is knocked down, we can do something quite nasty, which is a called shot. First of all of the shots are much easier to get on this guy, but also the called shot allows you to pick a, you know, what part of the mech you want to attack. And because this guy only has 20, he only has 20 structural, so I can destroy him with just one AC5, and I will actually go for multiple targets and hope to hit the center torso here, which is not a given, by the way. And this guy is actually facing away from me. What is he doing? Yeah, go for B. There you go. Fire!
Engaging.
Fire everything! And I hit the right arm instead of the center torso. That's something, oh, there you go. That was a gamble and it didn't quite pay off. Uh-oh, AC-20, that could hurt a lot. Ow, ow. Ow! 100 internal damage, that was not good. Oof.
That shot went internal.
Yeah, internal what? Let's see. Okay, so he hit my... Yeah, that was it. I think the left torso. I think it was the left torso he hit, and that's where most of my armament is, so I need to take this guy out immediately.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, so unfortunately I cannot really get behind him. I would like to hit him from behind, because of course the front has 130 armor, while the rear only has 25, so you can get to the squishy parts quite quickly. Now let me attack his side. Unfortunately, his AC-20 is on his right side. As you can see, there's the big-ass AC-20 and some lasers. But I'm attacking this side right now. I could also finish this guy. Let's do that. I'm going to do SRM-6s for the Hunchback.
You get a headshot, and you get a headshot.
Come on. There we go. Central torso destroyed. That was good. Now there's another quite interesting thing with this game. Depending on how much you damage the enemy mechs, depends on how much salvage will be left. If you just destroy the mechs entirely, you will not have a lot of salvage left. And obviously you want the salvage. There's actually a pretty interesting motto for mech warriors, which is kill the meat, save the metal. And that's pretty much what it sounds. You have to try to get headshots and kill the pilot inside and, you know, keep the rest of the mech intact. Which, most of the time, is actually, you know, fairly impossible because called shots are expensive in morale. I can show you that in a little bit. And, you know, even if you do get a headshot, you won't get it with all the weapons. You would have to be extremely lucky.
Standing by.
So, for example, 90%. Yeah, I would rather hit this guy. But the medium laser is out of range. Oh well, no matter. Let's go for this. Oh yeah, let me show you. There's the precision strike, which will actually take some of the morale away. But it will also allow me to call a shot. So for example, if I want to go for a headshot with LRMs, not likely, but... no, didn't hit him, and didn't knock him down either. That's a shame. Was close to knocking him down. Alright, Medusa. Right, you can actually get behind him now. Oh, no, you can't, because as you can see, even though I can get behind him, I will not be able to fully turn. So, the best I could do is go to this side and attack his AC-20 side. However, I would be exposing my back to these guys, and don't really want to do that, to be honest. So I guess we'll just go for a full alpha here, with even the small laser. Let's do that. Come on. Yeah! Power! Left arm destroyed and knocked him down, which is very good. If he doesn't get up now, and I get a turn, I can actually do a called shot, and hopefully take him out. MetalCanyon, that's pretty good. Let's try this. Wait, what? Oh, the pilot was incapacitated again. That's quite interesting. I'm getting quite lucky with these. And that guy's still facing away from me. I am taking that shot. Thank you. There you go, already structure exposed. Now you also have to be aware that if you attack a mech from all sides, it will survive much more than if you were to concentrate your attacks to one side. Let's go there, I want to get closer with my dragon. The dragon is quite interesting, it's a 60-ton heavy mech. I believe it's 60 tons, or 65? No, it's 60, I believe. 60-ton heavy mech with not that much armament, but it's quite fast and well armored, so I decided to, Is that guy... Why are all these guys turned away from me? I think they're turning towards the turrets. That's kind of odd there, but go for it. That's all internal damage. No, that's armor. That's... There we go. LRM 10 crit and LRM 10 destroyed. Unfortunately, he was guarded, so I was only doing half the damage I could. That guy got sensor locked. By turrets, I suppose. Man, the turrets are not very accurate with their PPCs and such. Nice. Now, this is one of the, you know, this is one of the story missions, and they will be longer than your usual missions. Ooh, those machine guns could come in handy if they attack the internal parts. Wow, they're all going for this guy.
The clock is ticking and that dropship is getting close. I'd recommend that you prioritize targeting the control center, Commander.
Oh, I kind of forgot about that. I have to destroy the dropship control center before... Okay.
Internal structure damage.
I kind of forgot about that. Where is the control center? Is that it? Large military... Okay, let's see. Oh, bloody hell, it's all the way back there. However, it has... Why can I not see how much it has internal? Usually they only have like 150 internal or something. So they're fairly easy to destroy. So I can take Satyr, which is running low on LRMs actually, and destroy it. So I will just do a sprint here.
Moving fast.
Be a little stupid. Yeah, I completely forgot that that was my job, not actually destroying these enemy mechs. Enemy turn. I do have still 7 turns, so, you know, we have plenty in a way. Where's that trebuchet going? That guy has LRMs. They're not doing anything.
Receiving.
Yeah, AI is being a bit weird here. And once again, I can go to the back of this guy. He's got no armor at the back and only 67 internal structure, which means that he's dead. He is dead now. I'm about to alpha strike him in the back. He's done.
All weapons are gone.
Bye. Power! Oh, bloody... Oh my god. I have annihilated the mech. There is no salvage from that to be had. Everything got destroyed. The torsos, the arms, the legs, the LRMs, the ammo exploded. Bloody hell. Alright. 90% on that. Okay, it's also... I'm actually gonna go for this guy. I'm just gonna turn right now. And get this one.
All weapons committed.
Well, of course, it still has armor. Your turn. Glitch.
I hear ya.
Okay, let's run down here. Attack this guy in the back. So yeah, it's very satisfying taking mechs apart. But of course, you also think, oh no, all that salvage I could have gotten. Now, of course, you don't get all the salvage. You get a certain share of the salvage, which is negotiated at the contract acceptance. So I will show you that in just a moment when we finish this. And you will also see what happens when you finish a story mission or begin it. Because, you know, there is also some dialogue involved, which is quite interesting. Alright, Mr. Centurion, we're on rough terrain, and you destroyed my left arm. That will increase the time for repairs
Taking internal damage.
back on the ship, but it's not a huge deal. Alright, where's Satyr
Waiting for order.
with those LRMs? I need to run over there. And yes, I'm showing my back to these guys, but I have, well, 40 armor. It's not much. But I do have to hurry now, I would say. Okay, where's the trebuchet going? Now, as far as performance of this... Oh, ow, 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 back, back. Fortunately, he was using LRMs at very close range, which is not advisable. As you can see, most of the stuff missed. Ooh, that was not good at all. That's what I get for trying to record and doing stuff. Now I could go for his back as well. Ooh, he's about gone as well. I can finish him off with my Centurion, but I do have to be careful. Ooh. Yep, I do have to be careful here. Let's try it like this. This is really not what you should be doing, but, you know, just for the purposes of this video. Let's go for the back. Alpha again. Yeah! There he goes. Pilot incapacitated. Or, as they say, you know, mech destroyed. I've got this guy to worry about. Could I get a back shot? Yes, I could. But is it worth it? Because the front... Yeah, the front still has almost all armor, so let's go for the back for now. Now, you can see which side you'll be attacking with those, with this circle here. Now, this indicates that I'll be attacking the back side. Now, what I can do is do a precision strike, even though I'm already at 95%, but it's not... It doesn't really matter. How much internal does he have? Yeah, I'm not gonna destroy him, but let's go for the back anyway. Oh, I did! Nice! That last medium laser hit actually destroyed his center torso. Perfect. There you go. Alright, so it's not all bad. Seriously? I still cannot attack this thing? How close do I have to be?
On my way.
Go, go, go! Rock and roll! Alright, do we have any other... No, we don't actually. I just sprint towards the, towards the control center then.
Commander, moving out.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time to do this. Yeah, performance of the game, it seems to need some optimization. Now, I haven't really experienced any major problems, but I am on a very, very fast machine. Oh, this is the problem. I don't have it in sight, so I would have to get very close. Alright, maybe like this, but this is really not going to cut it. Yeah, I'm on a very fast machine, and as you can see right now, it's dipping to 23 frames per second. Very odd. Not really sure what's going on there. There you go. The rest of the match, there we go, and now back to 37. Very odd. Yeah, most of the time it's very smooth, but sometimes...
Commander, we're almost out of time. We can't afford to let enemy reinforcements land. You need to bring down that control center.
Okay, it's only got 100 points, so that's, you know, it's pretty easy. Even though I'm far too close for my LRMs here. And can't really move away. Yeah, fine. Just fire.
Copy that.
But yeah, the game needs a little bit of optimization. Ah, I didn't destroy it. And some people have been complaining about crashes and such. I haven't experienced any crashes at all. Now, there was a quite annoying bug. Oh, I cannot move past it. There you go. Quite annoying bug, which renders some of the missions, well, impossible. Missions where there are reinforcements. Right now there is a bug that causes the reinforcements to appear immediately. And in some missions where you're fighting in a canyon or something, that will mean that your 4 battle mechs will be fighting a 9 or 10 enemy mechs group at the same time. It's ridiculous. So it has 11 more structure damage. I mean structure. I can just destroy it like this and that's it. Well done, Commander. Mrs. Meyer, are you inbound? Roger that, Lady Arano. I'm marking an LZ on your screen. Commander, proceed to the designated coordinates for evac. I don't really have to do that, do I? Apparently I do, despite the fact that I've destroyed everything anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. Usually they don't bother with you coming to the LZ if you've destroyed all the enemy mechs, as I have in this case. Now, the only real repair I'll need to be doing here is my Centurion. Armor is free to repair. Structure, not so much. Structure takes time and money, but right now I think we're fairly good on money. I just brace for these guys.
Venting heat and stabilizing.
Don't really need to do anything.
Stabilizing. Engaging.
If you overheat your mechs, obviously they will take internal damage. And
Holding here.
you know, can be pretty bad. And they can also shut down due to heat. Alright. So we did this mission. It was pretty good. It was a bit too ballsy there. That's done it. All communication between the spaceport and the Directorate reinforcement fleet just went down. Ground control, this is Kornak. We've lost you. Loud clanging. Nav support is offline. Where are the damn tugs? Alarm klaxon begins to blare. Without ground support, their dropships won't be able to make planetfall. They'll be torn to pieces if they try. Congratulations, MetalCanyon. Panzer is as good as ours. And we have you to thank for. Long live House Decimus and long live the Arana Restoration.
Mission successful.
There we go. And this is the after mission report. This will be on every mission, you know, story or not. You will get your mission objectives if you've succeeded or failed them. Contract payment increased by 50%. That's nice because we've destroyed all of the enemy mechs, I believe. That's quite a lot of money. Sea bills. Nice. For this part, anyway. Now, this is my mercenary review board, which means how trustworthy I am. If you fail missions and you pull out of them, you withdraw from the missions without actually doing some damage in some of the objectives, you will get a negative score and possibly, you know, less missions or worse ones. And this is your faction reputation. So let's see. Now, yeah, my Centurion will need quite a bit of repair, and this one not so much. It only took a little bit of internal damage. These ones are unscathed, so that's good. And none of the pilots got really injured, so that's good as well. That would put them into the... that would put them into the sickbay. That's a lot of salvage I can get. Now, this is how you build new mechs. By collecting 3 salvage of a particular mech. So, for example, I can build a trebuchet if I... take this. Now, this is a salvage agreement. I have priority 4 and 17 total salvage. This means that I can select 4 items from all the salvage we're getting, and the rest... Ooh, the rest will be randomized. I am certainly going to take that rare SRM-6, plus 2 damage, plus 1 stability damage. Yes, please. And the rest will probably just be... yeah, that's just medium lasers and LRMs and large laser. Ooh, AC-20, not bad. But I think I'll just take more mech salvage because, you know, they're much more expensive. I have 0 out of 3. Maybe I should take more trebuchets. No. I'll take another hunchback, maybe. It's a 4G variety. Let's take a dragon and a hunchback. There, let's confirm this. My total value is 6 million sea bills. And the rest, there we go, 10 million. We got some LRMs, 10 medium lasers, lots of SRM-6s, and some LRM and SRM ammo. So not bad. Anomaly. The Rimward Frontier. Now, because this was a story mission, you also get some dialogue and choices sometimes. We've done it, MetalCanyon. Thanks to your efforts, the Restoration Army has broken the Directorate's hold on Panzer. Lord Pierre-Louis Decimus has already pledged his house and his systems to my service. The Restoration is growing, just as we'd hoped it would. Now, there's not a lot of voice acting in the game, so expect quite a bit of reading, especially when talking to your crew members. Now, I will skip this because it is a spoiler, so sorry. So this is the second part of the game, which is the management game. This is quite a big spaceship we're in. This is the dropship, as you can see, and this is our main ship, the Argo. Not much of a spoiler, but you'll be getting this ship shortly after starting to play the game. So we've got various places on the ship, like the command center, barracks, mech bay, and so on and so forth. And the time is paused at the moment because, obviously, as mercenaries, you have to pay your people, you have to pay for maintenance and all of that. And as you can see, I need about 400,000 sea bills a month. And I have enough for 7 months at the moment to run at this pace. And over here is a timeline. Right now I'm upgrading the drives, or repairing the drives, which will take 10 days. And the financial report in 18 days, where I will have to spend 400,000. So, if we go to the command center, for example,
Greetings, Commander.
you can talk to your crew, and this is how it works. Basically, it's like in the Shadowrun series by Harebrained Schemes. And there's quite a bit of interesting read there, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. So, you can select the various contracts and then negotiate them. So this is what I was talking about. You can increase your payment, for example. Maybe you want more payment and only 2 random items from the salvage. This is good when you know you'll be attacking mostly vehicles and maybe, you know, small light mechs that you're not interested in. Or if you're going up against a big lance of heavy mechs or something that you're salivating over, you could even, you know, take as little payment as possible and just put this up to maximum. 3 priority and 14 random salvage, which is pretty good. Or if you want to be good to them, you can take almost nothing and get maximum reputation bonus. Now, as reputation increases with a faction, you will have, you know, smaller prices in the store and so on. So for example, if I go to the store here of this planet, we can actually buy a Griffin partial mech salvage, and because I already have 2 out of 3, I can buy this part and I will have a fully working Griffin. And in fact, let's do that. Yes, it's quite expensive, but there you go. Alright, so that leads us to the barracks where the mech warriors are. Now there's all the skills. They accrue XP. They gather XP as they fight, and you can spend it, for example, in whichever direction you want. They can only have 2 skill trees with special skills. So, for example,
Good to go.
I've already selected special skills for all of them, so otherwise they still, you know, they have all 4 trees open, but as soon as you select 2 special skills like this, the others lose the special skills, but you can still put XP into them. So for example, with MetalCanyon, I don't really want to increase anything in the moment.
What can I do for you?
I can increase the guts here, for example, which will give her Glitch another extra health and then confirm it. So that's pretty nice. And then there's the mech bay, which is one of the, you know, most fun parts about the game. And of course, that is refitting and outfitting your mechs. So this guy got slightly damaged here, which is not a huge deal. I can just repair it for 3,300, which is nothing in 1 day. Now there it is. You have to remember that all of this stuff takes time. Right at the beginning of the game, where you don't have a lot of mech tech points, it can take, well, up to a month for a mech. Now this guy got a little bit more hurt, as you can see. Let's go to the refit screen. It actually got its left arm blown off. So if I want to replace that, you know, I can just click repair all, so it repairs the internal structure of everything as well. And then you can just select what you want. You can remove items, you can add items. Let's just do this for the moment. It'll cost 80,000 C-bills and it'll take 5 days, which is not that bad. At the beginning of the game, this would have taken like 14 or 20 days. So let's go to our new Griffin mech here. I have quite a few mechs, as you can see. There's a Griffin, looks pretty cool. And this is the really cool part. You can customize everything. Maybe I don't want jump jets on this thing. I don't want any jump jets. I'm not a fan of them. Actually, you know what? Let's strip everything. And let's see what we can put on it. Let's max out the armor. Now, here is the one annoying thing. If you max out the armor, it maxes out everything. And I don't necessarily want full armor on the back because, of course, it takes tonnage for that. And another very annoying thing here is that if you do this, for example, you know, this is how I want my armor. You can see it's 40.38 tons. So I can only put an additional 15 tons of weapons on it. Sorry, 14 tons. And then the game will always be telling me, whoa, you know, hold on, you've got free stuff on here whenever you go into a mission. And you have to fiddle around with the armor to get it just right. You can't just, you know, click this and it'll go up to as far as possible. Let me show you this. I don't know. Let's just put some stuff on there. Just randomly. Doesn't matter. Okay, so now it's a little bit over. There's a medium laser and some LRMs here. So, there we go. So, I'm now, you know, 0.69 tons under the maximum. So, let's say, okay, I'll just get rid of these, the 31 tons, right? Like this. Okay, now in this case, this was fairly easy. But a lot of the times, it's You know, it's quite annoying trying to get the perfect balance. But, you know, it's just a small annoyance. You get used to it. So you can select what you want for the mech. You've got your heat efficiency here, how much firepower it has, and so on and so forth. And it's just a lot of fun. I find a lot of fun building the mechs how I want them and refitting them, you know, maybe long range, maybe short range, and so on and so forth. And yes, changing through the various menus does take a bit of time for some reason. And this is despite the fact that the game is also installed on an SSD, so it should be blazingly fast, but it's not. So let's go to engineering. You can click on the engineering or the mech bay, or you can go, you know, directly to the bays, or talk to the engineer, or talk to Farah here. So I can click on this to go to ship upgrades or talk to her. So let's go to the ship upgrades. Now, because I have the ship now, I can also upgrade various things on the ship. But right now, they're already doing things. They are upgrading the power, I think. I'm not sure. Let's see. What are they upgrading? They're upgrading the drive repairs. Oh, and there's the navigation, of course, which shows you the entire map, well, sort of political and otherwise. And these are all stars you can fly to. Now, this is sort of a bit of a missed opportunity, I feel. It's interesting to see the faction you work for expand, because they're trying to take this part back. It's a story of betrayal. But at the same time, you never really go to this map, because you don't need to. You'd think that, you know, oh yeah, you need to click on this and then travel there, or, you know, click on this and travel there for something interesting, but I don't really find that necessary. I never find it necessary to go to this part, because as soon as you go to the contracts over here, you can just click negotiate, and that's it. These are on the same planet, I believe, and this one actually says that they will pay for your travel to another system. So you negotiate that, and automatically you're traveling to that system. You don't really need to go to navigation. So it's a bit of a shame there that that's gone. And in the captain's quarters, you can also customize your, you know, your lances, how your mechs will look, what kind of an emblem they will have, what kind of colors. It's pretty cool. I like that. So anyway, that was a bit of a long-winded preview / review of Battletech. Personally, I love the game. Yes, it can be a little bit slow at times. It can be maybe a little bit buggy sometimes, but I haven't really experienced any of the crashes or anything people have been talking about. And as I said, I'm on a pretty fast machine, so I don't really have problems with performance that some people have been complaining about. But if you like Battletech, if you like MechWarrior, if you like big stumpy robots and turn-based games, this is awesome. I love the management part of the game. Mech Bay is a lot of fun, and the actual combat, despite the fact that it takes quite a long time to do anything, is a lot of fun as well. And I'm interested in the story, especially now that we found out something interesting about the ship, which I will not tell you because it's a spoiler. So anyway, thanks for watching this long video. Hopefully you'll check out my Patreon. And yeah, this is MetalCanyon, and we have been checking out Battletech by Harebrained Schemes. Have a good one. Bye-bye.